Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition. Well, I don't know how rousing it is. Choir boys outdoors. I'm at the park with my grandson. I just want to do a quick video, a shout out video, and kind of a bullshit video from here. Now, I started working this morning on a video for the Rat One from Ontario. This one's an S35VN, and this one is sent to me, or was sent to me to check out by Billy over at Apex Alchemy. Listen, Billy and Miss Courtney at Apex Alchemy are at 964, 65 subscribers at the time of filming this. Hopefully they've jumped. Now, I believe they're going live tonight. They got a giveaway for when they cross 1,000. But here's the deal. I don't want you to go over there for a giveaway. I want you to go over there because it's an awesome channel and they're real people. Here's the deal, guys. When I started this channel, I did a lot of shout outs, and over these years I've done a lot of shout outs. Now, these past few months have been a little different. We've been a little slammed. We're going to get back to shout outs. But the thing that I love about Billy and them is they're doing the same thing. They're helping people out by doing shout outs. As a matter of fact, it's either HD or HT's EDC. Now, I just seen Billy put a post from HD, and I just got into this, okay? But I went and I checked out 2 videos of the guys. Warncliffe Wednesday, which was a Bradford Warncliffe badass. I love Bradford. And he had a custom buck that he got in. That's the one that Billy posted. So I went over and checked him out. He's got around 140 subscribers, 150 maybe. So go over there. I'm going to put a link in the description to HD's EDC, or HT's. And I apologize for that. I've tried to shoot this video about 10 times. And so, y'all know how that goes with me anyway. A couple of things, though, while I'm out here. Let's get Billy to 1,000 subscribers, Billy and Courtney. That's easy. Apex Alchemy, links in the title. Awesome people. And again, they do real life stuff. Billy has done a lot and featured Jed Hornbeak a lot. I'm a huge fan of Jed's and his work. In fact, Jed hit me up this past week, or I hit him up wishing him a happy Thanksgiving, and he's got some of my stuff working. He's got some of JR's working. I forgot I had a knife with him. That tells you how crazy it's been. But looking forward, but I'll said all that to say, Billy and Miss Courtney go out of their way. Billy's on the road a lot. They work a lot, just like I do, just like you guys do. And they're still trying to make this thing go. Let's go. We can do that, man. I mean, shit, we're at what, 66,000, something like that. You can't tell me. I'm not smart and I don't math real good, but if he's at 964 and we're at 66,000, I know there's what, 36 people that we can find to go subscribe to give them that 1,000. I think we ought to do that. HD's EDC or HT's, and if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I put a link of his on my community page because I like his stuff. And here's the deal. You say, Scab, you don't watch him for a while? No, I can watch. One thing I've always been kind of gifted with, and it ain't much other than looks and melodious tones, is I can read people pretty good. Now, have I ever been fooled? Sure. And I'm not sitting here telling you that I can tell you somebody's life story by a couple videos, but you know by a couple videos if somebody's full of shit or not. And if you don't, you should be able to. And HD's a solid guy. Billy and Courtney, they're solid people. They're a little different, but hell, who ain't? You don't want a bunch of I don't. That's why we do things different on this channel. And the channels that I enjoy the most aren't the ones that do everything like everybody else. They do something a little different. Why? We need that in this community to help spread the community. Not only spread the knife community, but give you a different perspective of the knife community, right? One thing that I enjoy doing is showing you out there knives and crazy knives. Every now and then, see, here's the deal. Like with my channel, when you watch my channel, you're watching my channel to see the big stuff, the crazy stuff. You just are. When I throw you a curveball, it's something like this, like a little Swiss Army knife. Now, here's the thing. At the park, I can't really whip out my Dragoth and start whittling. I can, but I'm asking for trouble, right? And we're out here with a lot of parents and grandparents, and we're out here with a lot of parents who are acting like damn kids. I got my own one guy, but he keeps running out there wanting to move kids around. If he touches my grandson, I'm going to move him around. I'm just throwing that in there, and I'm not trying to be tough. It's just getting on my nerves. I want to mention it, right? But my point is, we got a lot of, and I guarantee you he'd fall apart if I pulled out the Dragoth. But here's the thing. I'm not out here, and I don't do this to make people uncomfortable. I got my own little corner. My grandson knows where I'm at. I can see him right over there, right? I got my own little corner. I'm whittling my little stick, minding my own business, right? But I promise you, I can see every part of this. I can see that exit. I can see that exit. But my point is, I'm not out here to make people uncomfortable. We're a little bit different. I was just saying I throw you a curveball by having a little Swiss Army knife, doing a little whittling. And it's one thing that I enjoy. And let me touch on this. So we got HD's EDC. We got Apex Alchemy. We got BC Jerbs. Let's put that in there. Great channel there. I love Jerbs. He's a little over 700. Him and Miss Kimmers are just salt of the earth people. Let's get them over 1,000. Tim's School of Fish. And as I say these names, guys, kind of just leave the video, go subscribe to them, or go check them out, right? I can't tell you to subscribe to somebody. I don't tell you to subscribe or ask you to subscribe to this channel. I've got 5,000 videos now, and I might, and maybe 100 of them, have said like and subscribe and all that shit. So if I'm not going to ask you to subscribe to this one, I can't tell you to subscribe to one. I can ask you to go check them out, see what you think. Those are some channels that I really, really, really enjoy. And of course, there's DonnieBAllDay. I love D. We've been texting some this week, bullshitting back and forth. And Joe, JS Bladecraft. And let me just give you a quick update too. We're going to fire Blade Talk up pretty soon. We've got a couple things coming up. Eric from Phobos Knives. We're going to get William Collins on. We got a lot of folks coming up. I'm going to have Blackie and Dakota on. So we're going to fire back up pretty quick, okay, with that. So shout out to Joe, shout out to Donnie. I think Donnie just texted me right there. So check out those channels. Listen, a lot of times y'all hear me say, use your shit, right? And I wanted to use this video for this too. I'm not talking about going out and stabbing car hoods or cutting industrial stuff like I do, or prying open a can of paint. I'm talking about get you a little stick and get you, a lot of you guys, there's a lot of guys in this community that are collectors. They'll have a couple knives they use and they collect. And I get that and I understand that. And I'm not talking to those guys, right? There's some guys that, hey man, I've used a knife my whole life. I just want to look and enjoy my collection. Believe it or not, I understand that more than you know. That's why the war room's set up like it is. I like looking at my stuff. I get it. The people that I'm talking about when I talk about use your shit or use your stuff is the people who will buy a knife I'm buying it for self-defense. Well, you can't go out and stab people, right? But you can get the feel of the knife. Or I've had a lot of guys, and since we have our causes, 22 bets a day, that's something we really hammer, even though we know the number, 22 bets a day that take their own lives, we know that number is actually 15 to 29. We support blue and never quit quitting. And those things are all important to the lifeblood of this channel. None of them have anything to do with the other, right? I support Leo. I know a lot of people don't. And I understand it. You know why I understand it? There's a lot more to that statement than you'll ever know. I've been harassed myself in this town, in my town. But there's certain things, my belief system is bigger than my ego. It took me a long time to get there. But I don't tell anybody to do anything. I'm just telling you what we do. If you are an addict, and let me encourage you more than anybody, never quit quitting. And that brings me to the point of this. You say, Scab, how in the hell does getting off doing meth and coke and all that translate to whittling? It doesn't. But let me tell you this, there are times as an addict that I need to get something in my hands to do that's productive. So I'll find a knife. Now, I've got my Swiss Army knife out here today, just chilling, that kind of thing. And so what I'm doing is just whittling, just practicing the knife. And I'm going to clean up the mess, right? But what I'm going to do is I'll whittle this little stick down to nothing, right? And here and there, what I've started doing too is instead of I make a lot of little spear points and things like that, I've gotten to where I've started just trying to make some circular, like take it and make it a perfect circle, like a tube. Or I might make it a rectangle. Or I might do some different things with it, working on some carving skills. I suck at carving. Captain Electro's awesome at it. Check out Cap's channel. But I try to do different things, like I might make a mini tent peg, or make a mini spear, or make a mini 2x4, or do something of that nature. And what I've found by doing that, guys, is one, it kind of hones your little skill set on your knife. 2, it lets you learn a knife, get the motion of a knife. 3, it takes me a million miles away from what I was thinking about. If I'm stressed, I whittle. Before, where I'd have done a line or done something stupid, took some pills. Now, that's not as exciting. It's not as thrilling. It's not as illegal, but it keeps me focused. It keeps me centered. And guys, listen, let me just tell you this. I'm about 3.5 years clean, and I still fight that shit every day. I was talking to Blackie about it when we were at the camp out last weekend, and we were just talking, and you know, we were talking about how long that lasts. How long does that feeling last? And I don't know. Some of you guys that's been clean for a while, let me know if you've been clean for 10 years plus, 15 years plus. Let me know if you still think about it, because I don't know when it goes away, if it ever goes away. That's why I always say I'm an addict and not a former addict. And if you're out there struggling too, man, listen. Reach out for help. Now, when I say that, find somebody you trust. I'm not it, because I don't have answers, and I don't mean that meanly at all. I don't mind trying to get you help. I don't mind posting some phone numbers to get you help. But guys, here's the thing. I know this has veered off, but let me just say this to you and be real honest about it, okay? One of the things with this channel is this. We talk about freedom of speech and this, that, and the other, and saying what you want to say, and all that's great. Here's the problem. There has to be some kind of responsibility with it. I can tell you all kind of shit. I can say how I feel. I can do all that. But I don't ever want to say something that pushes somebody further over the edge or tell somebody the wrong info. Now, you can't live your life scared. I get it, but I'm not a trained counselor. I'm not going to be a trained counselor. I can't give you any real life advice other than don't give up the fight, stay in the fight. But I don't want to tell you something wrong, man, and you suffer for that. That's why when I say that, it's not about being lazy. It's not about not wanting to get involved. It's none of that. It's just from the depths of my heart, man, I don't want to tell you something wrong. Well, I know we went real far off topic like we always do. Listen, Apex Alchemy. Let's get them over 1,000, man. Let's do that today as a community. Let's rally. HDs or HTZDC. Let's get them to 200. Jerbs. Let's get them over. Tim's School of Fish. I'm not sure where Tim's sitting, but let's bump him by 50. If you got other channels you want to shout out, put them in the comments. I've said this from day one. From day one. I'm not one of these guys who come on here, oh, you can't self-promote. I don't give a shit. If you got a channel you follow and you really like, put them in the damn comments. Why? We're stronger together. That's what nobody gets. I don't shout people out to get them back. I'm going to put in the work, put in the time, put in the effort to get it, right? I shout people out because we're stronger as a community together. We're getting our ass kicked over on Instagram right now. Channels left and right, people. That's why I'm leaving. I ain't leaving. Here's the thing too, and I'll close up with this. I've seen people say they're leaving. I understand it, man. You get frustrated and say to hell with it. Don't get on. If somebody wants to leave an app, don't get on to them, because here's the thing. It ain't fight the power. It's all a bunch of AI now. And that's not new, since it's always been that way. It's the algorithm. There's very few people that work at these places. And if you've had your fill, man, go. I'm just hard-headed as hell. And if Instagram's got one more time to show me they're not going to post my content or that little thing, and I'm going to literally take a picture of me with every single knife I got, because I'm petty like that. We've been all over the place. Just know this. I love you. I hope you got something out of the video. I'm Scab. You're not. Love y'all. I'm gone, son. Have a great Saturday.